Okay, John, so obviously we didn't speak to you after the Havant game, so if we just talk about how you felt that game went.
I thought we played extremely well. If I'm being honest, probably performance-wise, I think it's the best we've played. I thought that they started quick, they started very quick. For 10 minutes we had to work hard to keep them out of our box. But you know what, that actually pleased me because they started better and we didn't really give them too many chances, too many opportunities. From then on I thought that we were the better side. I thought we were disappointed to go behind, if I'm being honest. But that was of our own making. I thought there were 2 errors in the game, a needless penalty. And the second goal was just poor marking. It was really basic, if I'm being honest, really basic. But other than that, I thought the performance was absolutely first class. I can't really complain about much, but I've said it for a few times, just a small detail that's going to trip us up. And that normally is the last bit to get, the last bit, because sometimes, repetition can be boring. But boring sometimes is good. You've got to do them jobs, and we probably made 2 errors in the game, and fair play to them. They capitalised on that. But the best teams they'll capitalise on your mistakes. But the response to going 2-1 down was absolutely incredible because we scored, but we had a chance before that. We had a couple of things go across the box. But I don't think that's ever been a problem with us, like the work rate and the endeavour. Desire in our game, I don't think it's ever been. So as disappointed as I was not to win, was as pleased as I was that the performance was good enough to win.
Obviously that little buzz at the end when we got the goal, is that still the same now as when you started all those years ago?
Yeah, of course it is. Football's a weird game, isn't it? You can be absolutely battered and be 2-0 down and come back and score in the last second and everyone's elated, and the team that's played really well is deflated. That the last minute goal, the last second goals, if it gets you something, for that particular moment, how you've played goes out the window. It's just the elation of getting something from the game, be it an equaliser or a winner. But when you analyse it after, you've got to analyse 90 minutes and not 90 seconds. That's when the reality clicks in when you analyse.
So I think we're 10 games in now. Are we where you think we would be after, sort of at the end of August, I suppose?
I thought that we'd be playing how I thought we would be playing how we're playing. I thought we'd get into a level of consistency. I think we're capable of winning more games than I think we've been capable of winning more games than we've won. But we're about where I thought we would be, to be honest. I think that we've got to push on now. As the sort of saying, if you like, in football is the best teams win most games. Well, we've got to show that we're not just playing the best, got to be the best team, one of the best teams, and just have to convert. So I always go convert draws into wins and losses into draws. That's what you do. And grabbing the late goal, I think, might have typified that a little bit. And one thing that's just pleased me in this run, we've scored a couple of late ones lately. We have. So we go in the full 90 minutes. Fitness is good. Work on the training ground has got better as well. Some of the things that we're putting into players now is going on to another level from what we have done. We're just moving on a little bit, and that's pleasing. We're not standing still on that. There's still more things that I think we can bring into our game. And after the sort of 8, 9, 10 games, sometimes you're still standing still going over. Well, there's still 1 or 2 things we're going over, but I feel we're pushing on with other things now to make us a touch more expensive.
Is it good for you now? Obviously August was so busy, sort of Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Monday or whatever. Now that you've got that time in the midweek to get on the pitch and drill things into the players.
No, absolutely. I have nothing against Saturday, Tuesday. I would sooner Saturday, Tuesday actually start now and not start at the start of the season. I think for a variety of reasons. I think most teams get more injuries when they start the season Saturday, Tuesday. Every club I've been at, I found that's when we've got our injuries, when it's Saturday, Tuesday, so quickly after pre-season. Because pre-season's tough, and I feel you go straight into Saturday, Tuesday. I'd sooner Saturday, Tuesday start now. But it is what it is, so it gives you more time to prepare, more time to look at your last game and prepare for the next game. And preparation is so important, it really is. And we spend a lot of our time, I spend a lot of my time, going through the match reports of who we're playing, how we should play, what I feel we should do, and then taking that onto the training ground. If you play on a Tuesday, you're off Wednesday. Thursday's the only day you can got to really prepare properly. But that's all teams, that's not just us, so I'm not sort of saying that there's an advantage gained anywhere. But I just feel it so much better when you've got a few more days to prepare.
So a little bit of squad news. We've had Danny Devine and Ibs Olatadi go out on loan. What's your thinking on those deals?
Well, Danny come in at the end of last season and done some training, and we brought him in, a young boy, and we said to him at the time, need to come in and just show us really what you've got. We liked what we saw, and we said we might get to a stage where we think we want you to play a few games. That time's come now because we're only playing Saturday. So I think it's ideal for him. He trains well every day, and I think that if you're a player, you want to be close to playing or close to playing, and I think that perhaps Hoyt has been sort of exemplary really. So it's an ideal situation for him. Ibs was the same. I think Ibs coming in, and I have to say this, we like Ibs, we do, we think he's got something in him. He found the full-time training really, really difficult, and I think that pre-season he took a long while to get going. We felt probably a week or so back that we would get him out, but we wanted to wait till it was Saturday before we done that. And I just think it's an ideal opportunity for him to go and get some football and get some confidence. I'm not saying he's not confident, but he hasn't had a chance for many games. He's come on I think in a couple. But I just think it's an ideal situation for him. And I'll be honest, I think that we're at a stage also where Jake Embry will go out. He picked up the injury in pre-season, I think at Folkestone, which is first one. Took a while to get ready. Well, we didn't just want to throw him out, we wanted to get him a bit fitter, and that which we've done. And I think next week we'll look to get Jake out. We like Jake again, and I think people have seen a bit of what he can do. But we need to get him games to get him right up to match fitness.
And in terms of any incomings, are you happy with where we are at the moment, or are you still looking?
I'm still looking. I think it's wrong, even if we couldn't bring in, I'm not saying we can bring in, that you stop looking. We've got scouts out looking, I'm looking. I know the areas that I would like to strengthen. I know the areas that I'd like to improve. And I think it's my job as we get into it a bit to speak to Bill, speak to Terry, speak to Oliver, and see if there's anything that we can do when I feel that we need to. I have to say the club have been absolutely brilliant. We brought Matt McClure in when we really didn't have the resources to do it. And we actually brought Sadhu in as well when we felt that this boy has a talent. And the club was absolutely brilliant because they allowed us to do that. And I'm not saying that I'll get everything I want, and I don't expect to get everything I want, but if I feel there's something that will make us better, or if I feel there is something that has a value attached to it, I think that over the years I've, touch wood, been able to identify young players that have gone on and earned lots of money for clubs. I think that's a responsibility that I have to go with. If I say I feel this is something that we should do and it's not possible, at least I've brought it to the club's attention, as opposed to not saying it, and then in 3 years' time when someone's playing for Manchester United and I go, well, we come in and trained with us, someone say to me, well, why didn't you tell us? If you'd have said that, we'd have took him. So I think you've got to balance it, but the club have been first class with the changes that are here. And, with the greatest respect, with the amount of players that we brought in, one or two may maybe not be able to stay on the journey. That's football. Great lads, all of them. I've got no problems with any of them. But I think once you identify someone's got a special talent, you nurture it. And once you identify that maybe someone's not giving you what you hope they would give, I think the time comes for changes to be made there.